The brain has a reset button, literally, and you probably walk right past it every day without knowing it exists. Right now, as you watch this video, your working memory may be operating near maximum capacity. Loss of focus doesn't happen from a lack of discipline. It happens because the brain is fighting a battle it was never designed for. Mental fog is a physical phenomenon, not a character flaw. Your system isn't running at full capacity, yet you're simultaneously processing unread emails, recent conversations, upcoming deadlines, notifications, and lingering worries. That's the biological limit. Working memory can hold roughly 7 units of information, give or take 2. It's running in overdrive. And the problem is that most people try to fix this by pushing harder, which only makes everything worse. Researchers at Princeton ran brain scans on people working in organized versus disorganized environments. The finding was physical clutter creates measurable cognitive interference. The visual cortex doesn't just see the mess and ignore it. It actively processes every object in the field of vision, categorizing and analyzing, diverting processing power away from the main task. That pile of papers on your desk, your brain is processing it. The tricky part is that you can't check your brain's task manager. It's the equivalent of running editing software while streaming video, downloading files, and wondering why your computer is slow. The dozens of open browser tabs, your brain is tracking it. The brain gets distracted because it's running out of processing space. Now, let's understand the neuroscience of reset. You only notice the fog. The working memory, one of several types of memory, works like a computer's RAM, fixed capacity, limited speed, and when overloaded, everything slows down. Neuroscientists call this cognitive load. Studies show that office workers switch tasks every 3 minutes on average. Each switch burns cognitive resources, even when you don't notice it. Cognitive load theory, developed by John Sweller in the 1980s, shows that learning and performance suffer when working memory becomes overloaded. The brain processes information primarily through 2 main channels: an auditory verbal channel and a visual spatial channel. And when both are simultaneously taxed, there is little capacity left for deep, focused thinking. When a person is trying to concentrate while facing constant visual demands, a computer screen, cluttered objects in the periphery, and background conversations, their attention is pulled in multiple directions. These demands compete for the same limited working memory resources, leaving less bandwidth for higher-level cognition. Researchers have found that people working in messy or visually cluttered environments tend to be slower and less accurate on complex tasks than those in cleaner, more minimalist spaces. Some studies report that individuals in cluttered settings can take large fractions of the time longer to complete comparable tasks, part of which is explained by the brain constantly filtering and categorizing irrelevant stimuli, such as mugs, sticky notes, and cables. The effect isn't just about speed, it's about quality. When working memory is saturated, the brain enters survival mode. Shallow processing, shortcut-based decisions, suppressed creativity. That's why you can spend 8 hours working and feel like you got nowhere. The operating system was freezing the whole time. You might think, I work fine in the mess. It's worked so far. Neuroscience has an answer for that too. What's actually happening is compensatory adaptation. Your brain has developed a tolerance for chaos, the same way someone develops a tolerance to constant noise. But tolerance doesn't mean absence of cost. EEG studies show that even in people who prefer chaotic environments, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for planning and executive control, shows reduced activation compared to organized environments. But why does physical space matter so much? Why doesn't simply focusing harder fix things? The answer lies in a concept that has reshaped the philosophy of mind over the last 20 years. Imagine 2 people solving complex math problems. Person A works it all out in their head. Person B uses paper and pen to externalize each step. Neurologically, both are doing the same operation, sequential information processing. The difference is that person B is using paper as external RAM, freeing up internal space for higher-order reasoning. Your workspace works the same way. Every visible object is a cognitive reminder occupying memory slots. This is just one of the major ways your environment exerts influence. The benefit doesn't only come from removing distractions. It comes from organizing your environment to function as an external autopilot. For example, instead of deciding in the moment, where do I put this? Having predefined systems, a physical inbox, a drawer for active projects, a clear surface for focused work, means every eliminated decision is cognitive energy saved. Interface designers have known this for decades. It's why well-designed apps use consistent icons, predictable menus, and intuitive flows. They reduce cognitive load. Your workspace should follow the same principles. But physical organization is only half the equation. Your environment is also communicating chemically with your brain through channels most people ignore. We're talking about sensory triggers that alter hormones, neurotransmitters, and mental states. Light, color, temperature, sound. These are direct biological interfaces with neurological systems. Each one activates or deactivates specific hormonal cascades. Ignoring this is like trying to drive with the parking brake on. Technically it works, but you're fighting basic physics. So the brain is overloaded. The environment functions as external RAM, and sensory stimuli alter brain chemistry. The practical question is this: how do you use this to generate a quick reset? Is there a testable protocol? Well, my friend, let me show you the fast reset protocol. There is a reset button, and it takes less than 10 minutes. The protocol is called FAST, Framework Action System Trigger. Each letter is a step grounded in neuroscientific evidence. F, focus one surface. Choose one work surface. A desk, a counter, even the floor. Clear it off. Your goal is to create an empty visual field. Neurologically, this is equivalent to closing open programs on your computer.
It's being the person who notices the mask while they are wearing it.
The effect is immediate. Now, A, adjust sensory inputs. 3 quick adjustments. 1, light.
Treat projections as maps. Your triggers are your teeth.
If not, dim your screens. 2, sound.
You'll get lost in your ego.
3, temperature. If possible, adjust the room temperature to around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. The S letter, system dump. Grab paper and a pen, physical paper. Write down everything that's occupying mental space. Pending tasks, worries, random ideas. Just dump it all out. Russian psychologist Bluma Zygarnik discovered in 1927 that unfinished tasks occupy more working memory than completed ones. This became known as the Zygarnik effect. Externalizing onto paper removes information from active processing. The brain treats written information as safely filed away. T, trigger reset, final step. Spend 5 minutes doing one of 2 things. Option 1, eyes closed, attention on your breath, pure sensory rest. Option 2, a short walk, preferably outdoors or near a window with a natural view. That's it. Simple, but extremely effective. That's the fast reset button. The most important takeaway is this: your brain isn't the problem. The problem was an operational configuration incompatible with your neural architecture. You were trying to run modern processes, complex multitasking, constant decision-making, saturated environments, on hardware designed for the African savanna. The most likely result is procrastination. But if your brain structure hasn't changed, then change the configuration. Change the environment. Change how you treat working memory. You'll discover that mental clarity is the default state once the overload is removed. It doesn't need to be achieved. It needs to be uncovered. Eliminate the noise, find your mental clarity, and thrive. If this video changed how you understand your own brain, leave a like, so other people can find this before spending another 5 years fighting the wrong settings. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you in the next video.